a girl and you're married now. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes that memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Hey guys, and welcome to another song lesson with me, Rex Pearson. Check out the website www.rexpearson.com for more of these free lessons. We're going to be looking at a song by Adele, and I just want to clear up a couple of things before I get cracking straight into the song. First thing, this is based on the live version that she did with a pianist on the Music Awards. The other thing is that I've rearranged it after working out the notes that the piano played, and rearranged it so that it appeals more to the intermediate beginner sort of guitarist, because some of the stretches on it would have been quite an advanced lesson, and I wanted to make this song more available to everyone at all abilities to be able to play it. So it's a finger picking song in the main. There's not too much strumming going on, and there are actually 6 different sections to this which you guys need to be able to master. And I'm going to deal with them one at a time, and we're going to start off with the intro. Okay, so the introduction of this song started off with a finger picking intro done just on the piano on its own. It goes through the chords once, and then the first verse starts where Adele comes in with vocals. So let's take a look at the first part, which is the intro, which is going to repeat throughout all the verses. So once you nail this section, section 1, you're actually going to be able to know verse 1, verse 2, and the intro all in one go. So if you're finding it difficult, just bear in mind that you're actually learning much more than just the intro in this little part here. So let's zoom in and I'll show you the chords. Okay, so the picking intro then is based around an A major chord, but we're not going to play a full A major chord. If you've been following my courses on rexpearson.com, we're not going to be using the beginner version of the A major chord. We're only going to be using 2 fingers for it. 2 fingers go here. With the first finger, you're going to place it on the 2nd fret on the G string here, and with the 2nd finger, you're going to place it on the 2nd fret on the B string here. Now what you need to do with the right hand, if you're finger picking this, you need to approach it this way. I mean, in the video demonstration I was using a plectrum, which you can use if you want to, but I'm going to teach this in a finger picking style. But you can use a plectrum to do the same job. I would just recommend that you do alternate picking as opposed to sweep picking on this. Okay, so back to finger picking then. The thumb is going to handle the first note, which is what the first finger's on. The first finger is going to handle the 2nd finger here, and then the 3rd finger is going to be the open string. And we need to get used to this pattern. Thumb, first, 2nd, first, thumb. So it will go thumb, first, 2nd, first, thumb. Now when you first try that, start off nice and slow and make sure that each note is accurate and that there is an even spacing between each note. And you want to start it, you want to get up to around this sort of speed. And that's the first part of the intro. The next part here is it drops the first finger, goes down 1 fret. So the other one stays in place. Try not to make them move at the same time. Try and just move the first finger. The second finger might have trouble sticking with it, but try and do your best to keep them so that they're just behind each fret. So the first finger drops down to the first fret on the same string, and then you do the same pattern. Now I would recommend that you try and accent the first note, the one that you're doing with the thumb each time, because it gives you a good solid basis to work from. And what you're doing is you're doing 4 repeats of this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move on to the next position, which is based off of an F sharp minor chord. The one that we just did there with the first and second finger is a C sharp minor, or a couple of the notes from it. So it's based off of that. The next chord is an F sharp minor, and we're going to take the top 3 notes of it here. So what you need to do is do a small bar with the first finger, barring across the second fret, across the E, the B, and the G strings. So you've got all of them barred across like that. This may be a little bit difficult for some of you if you've not done bar chords before. One of my top tips is, rather than placing the finger flat across the strings here, you can use the side of the finger, the knuckle side, to bring out a little bit clearer the notes, as opposed to being flat on it. You try both and see which one works for you, but usually tilting the finger sometimes helps because it's a slightly bonier on that side of the finger than it is flattening it across. So give that a go, make sure all the strings are ringing out, and this is based off F sharp minor, and you do it 4 times, just like before. 3, 4. Then the next chord is an easy one, you should all know it, is D major. Now you can go to the normal position of D major like here. If you've been following my guitar beginner course, you should be up to scratch with these chords, nice. If you haven't, and this is a little bit too advanced for you, head over to rexpearson.com, and I'll be able to get you up to the standard of being able to learn this song without needing to cover any new material. So, D major then. You can move to this, or, because you've been barring on this, how I play it is I just place the second finger on and keep that bar across the 3 strings. Because you're still playing the same notes as if you use the normal D major chord. And you do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, when you're practicing this, don't try and play it at the speed that I'm playing it at. You should be playing it as slow as it needs to be accurate. That's the most important thing that I can tell you about guitar playing, is don't practice mistakes, slow everything right down so that you can play it in time and accurately. So we've got 4 shapes. First one, starting off with A major, or a type of A major, to C sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, F sharp minor, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. That, ladies and gentlemen, is section 1 of this amazing song. That repeats throughout all the verses. If you listen to the song, try playing along to this version, which is the live version that she did on the Music Awards, and then you'll be able to practice along with this song. Alternatively, again, go to the website. The song will be available on the lesson page. So then we move on to section 2, which is called the pre-chorus, because it's leading up to the actual chorus of the song. So there's a couple of new chords, and it's a little bit of a weird structure, but I'm going to try and give you every tool that I can to learn the next section, which is the pre-chorus.